Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Minerals Live. Happy to be with you here today. First Minerals Live since our Nanjing show review.
Yeah.
So I guess all we do anymore is show previews and show reviews on Minerals Live.
Oh my gosh, we've just been so busy.
Please, I'll let you do the
talking. We had a lot of trips this year too. Like I kind of split my summer trip, so I did a little north and south.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, with that plus, I think I'm out on the road like 5 times, and then there are like additional short trips beyond that. So yeah, we've just been a little bit of a blur this year,
right? Which is good. Business is good. I mean, we had a great show for sure.
We really did.
Very happy with the results.
Mm-hmm.
Good turnout, both at our warehouse venue and up at the brand new and improved Hardrock Summit at the Westin Hotel.
Yep, really great area, easy to get to right off the interstate. There was ample parking. Some of it wasn't as obvious,
yes,
as some people noted. But there was a fairly large parking lot, about half of which was done with like a tent show.
Right.
So you had a lot of good fossils and minerals and things outside. And then there were a couple other parking spaces like about a block or so away. So yeah, and it was all free parking too.
Right, absolutely.
So that's no $20 to $40.
Right.
For dealing with that. There was lunch on site, which was interesting.
Yep.
So the eating situation was much nicer,
mm-hmm.
And a lot of great food actually in the general vicinity. Shout out to Snars, really good sandwiches.
Right.
It was just a pleasant show all the way around.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I noted about this venue now is you get a lot of the same dealers that you'll find at the fine mineral shows in Tucson, but the key is shows.
Mm-hmm, right.
You're really not having any place at any of these shows like the Hardrock Summit where you have that many fine mineral dealers in one room.
Right, absolutely.
So that just has, I think, given Denver an additional niche above and beyond just about any other show around.
Right. This was the main ballroom show way out, and you can see our booth was the kind of green shaded one there. Mm-hmm. And as you come in the entrance, it was a great hall. The jewelry dealers were in this area at the top of the screen. And then, as Christopher was saying, all the other dealers were either in the hallway around us. The Denver Gem and Mineral Club show was at bottom left in the kind of a light blue, sky blue colored there, and then all the tents are up at the top of your screen there. So it's a great facility. It's going to take a year or two to work out all the kinks, like making sure everybody knows where all the free parking is. But I really think this is definitely going to be the future of the Denver show, and a positive one at that.
For sure. I mean, aside from the fine mineral hall outside, you obviously had a lot of great things because they were all in tents.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry.
I can't control it. I'm sorry, people. I just can't control them. But anyway, as soon as you come in the door, you could see our fine banner there, along with a few other dealers not to be named.
Zach put that together.
Yep, a great looking banner. And then you come into the hall, and this is a picture of last year's. Unfortunately, I didn't have one of this year's, but it's a very similar layout. Mm-hmm. This is actually down at the convention center downtown, but for all intents and purposes, the main ballroom show floor was pretty much the same at the new venue in the Westin, and so it really looked good. And let's move on. Let's see. I had another picture here somewhere. Here's our crew of people on setup day cleaning up risers, getting ready for the big show.
So one of the things I did like about the venue as well is I kind of liked the lighting better than it was over at the convention center, and I also like just that their carpet is also a more neutral tone than the blue. So I mean that just helps with viewing.
Right there you go. There's the side by side comparison. Yep. So we'll go back. Yep. Natural daylight and kind of the natural carpet, as you said.
They provided water, which was just nice.
Yes.
That was a big help.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the morning, all the dealers were greeted to some kind of breakfast Danish
Yep.
and coffee, so we didn't have to worry about scurrying off to Starbucks or whatever, getting up too early and getting that all organized. We were all caffeined up and ready to go to greet the customers.
Caffeined up and carved up.
Yep. I didn't want to go there, but that's okay.
Hey, we worked it off.
We did indeed.
Oh, I remember there was one day I think I had breakfast around 4 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock. I mean, it was boom from the get-go. It was a really exciting show. Yeah. Also, on the map there, if you can pull it up, that one. Mm-hmm. So one of the things you'll note where our green is, if you look to the top right, those collection showcases. Carolyn Manchester, Tama, just a lot of great folks did exhibits right there. Ksenia was right outside our room, as well as Catherine Rocky with art. There was a lot of art on display during this show, and then right up against the wall that's closest to us, you had a lot of organizations had their booths there. Yep. So mineralogical record and others. Yep. And then even more exhibits down the hallway where the club show was. So, if you were there really just to take it in and not even coming to buy so much, oh man, you got your money's worth coming out for that alone. Oh, absolutely. Great exhibits.
Yep. Absolutely. And the dealers put on great exhibits too.
They do. Yeah.
For general public just to come out, they were all very appreciative of all the people that mentioned anything that as they wandered through the booth on especially Saturday. Yeah. People were just blown away. This actually occurs in nature.
The greatest variable museum in the world.
Right. Yep. We travel around.
Yep.
To a fine city near you.
Indeed.
But one of the main unfortunate announcements we had to make just before the show was the unfortunate need to close down the Detroit City Portal at the Sweet Home Line. That era has come to an end, I'm afraid. Brian has sworn he will never do it again.
Oof, I mean, I can't imagine what it would take to even think about that. So, it's done and being reclaimed, and it'll be another one of those that give it just a little time for the grass to grow, and you won't even know there was a mine there.
Exactly. But we put out one display case of rotos, and we had, even on opening day here, you can see we just threw flats in there. They were going so fast.
Yeah.
So, but we do still have a fine selection available for those of you who have not heard the news yet and would like to get one for your collection. Please give us a shout at minerals@collectorsedge.com, and we will hook you up. There we go. minerals@collectorsedge.com. That email goes to Andreas, our internet guy, Christopher, and myself. So even our accountant, she'll just take your money.
There you go. Yeah. We do have a very few and smaller pieces generally from the older Sweet Home workings. We have a few pieces from Dino's and maybe Zach's Pocket that exhibited just a very nice cherry red. We actually do have a couple of still very, very nice pieces from there. And then a lot of what we have is also represented by the Baker's Pocket, which was the last pocket ever found in the Sweet Home mine, and just really, really good crystals. One of the things that Brian had told me is that one of the rarer formations to get on a specimen is an isolated crystal on matrix, and we do still have 2 or 3 of those that are just very nicely presented.
Absolutely. I was shocked a couple of them didn't sell at the show.
I know.
They will go soon, though, so do plan on getting a hold of us.
Yeah.
It's not like the Sweet Home where we ended up with quite a bit of inventory from the Detroit City closure. I mean, what you see in this case is pretty much everything we have. There's a few things that are set aside back in the internet room, but that's pretty much the sum total of our inventory.
Those Dino's pieces do stand up out up top there.
Boom.
So cherry. Brian said, one thing that the Detroit City Portal did prove was that fine rhodochrosite is in fact rare.
Rare, yes, absolutely. People got a little spoiled towards the end of the original Sweet Home mine. Things were so prolific, but now, once again, the price of rhodo is going to be going up. So. Be sure to shop early and shop often.
Absolutely.
As we like to say, thanks to Graham. And speaking of Graham, I may as well cut to this right now, just as a little segue. Yeah. He was donned. The showcase Godfather, I
Oh,
believe,
yeah.
is what this is. Rob Hyatt, the guy who moves around all the safes and display cases at these shows, gave Graham this Super Bowl-style ring. It's ungodly big. It takes up his whole hand.
So whenever he gets a damaged case, then is he going, look what they did to my little boy?
Yeah, I know. I know, but he was pretty proud of this ring. I'm sure he's going to hold on to it for a while.
Oh, yeah, no, that was awesome. Who made that?
I'm sure Rob found some company to make it. There's
That's
probably
awesome.
companies out there that make gag rings,
I love it.
Yeah. But anyway, back to more serious stuff. Another wonderful thing that we were able to debut at this show was a case of some fantastic new Balmat New York calcites. Mm-hmm. And these things were killer.
Absolutely, the lighting on they just show incredibly well on the case.
Mm-hmm.
The luster's great. The forms between those Rossi twins and the more just the standard habits, just really sculptural on some of these big ones, especially where you're seeing like kind of almost like multiple forms in the one big piece, is like the one on the right side there.
Right. No, these things are beautiful. They certainly got a lot of attention.
Absolutely, it was definitely like you just see people walking by and they just
Wait a
minute.
Their neck kind of jerks to one side or the other, and they have to stop and look. For sure, these are beautiful. And then we also had some incredible new stuff from Namibia. Just amazing combination specimens. I wish we had more of them.
Oh my gosh,
but
they went so fast.
Mm-hmm. I think this specimen is actually still available.
This one is.
Yep. It's a nice large cabinet specimen combination with the Shattuckite coated quartz and then the malachite sprays on it. This is beautiful.
Never seen like clusters of malachite sprays like that from there. I've seen like the more individual ones. Mm-hmm. I've even seen the spherical ones, but just multiple like fans like that. Beautiful.
Right. Yep. And then as soon as you walk in the hall, I had these two Wolfenites there to greet people. It was pretty amazing. Nope, that's not it. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Process
there we go.
I found it. So in the display case, this was the first case. As soon as you came in the front door of the ballroom there, that kind of greeted people. What a combination of Arizona Wolfenites.
Yeah, that red cloud got a lot of attention.
Yep. So much attention that it is now sold, so please don't email us about it. But it's certainly great. And again, our booth looked fantastic. We love this venue and the whole ballroom setting. I think ballrooms are really the future. I finally admit Brian is right. Hotel shows are really on the decline.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where especially with a setup like I remember was it the 2017 show where you had the Neely collection at the Marriott over here in Denver?
Yeah, 2018 I think.
2018.
It was,
yeah, because I remember there, and it was nicely displayed, but it was just kind of jutting your elbows out trying to get in there to see something. So being able to always look at something without feeling you're trying to push somebody in and out of the way is kind of nice.
Absolutely. And I think,
don't get me wrong, I'll still go to a hotel show.
Yeah. Well, especially us diehards. But
yes.
A lot of people feel more comfortable in ballroom shows. So
yeah,
I got to admit. Let's see, what else do we have here? Our director of East Asian operations, Miss Jen, where was I there? Sorry, I'm rubbernecking here, folks. She and her husband, Xiao Wei, have taken to collecting finally.
Yes.
In a big way. They've suddenly become rather passionate about this.
She... I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, please.
She brought him to Tucson and let him out of her sight, and his eyes got real big. Fast, she's like, "What have I done?"
Yep, that's true. I mean, they went nuts at the show, but they're really developing quite a collection, and it's really doing good. But this is kind of leading into how important it is to come to shows and how fun it is to come to shows. Just seeing people and the social aspect, I guess, is what I'm trying to get into.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's Mustafa and Kevin Schofield, who works with Dylan out of Green Mountain Minerals. These guys, apparently on, I think it was Saturday of the show, both of them had the same birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So Mustafa and Kevin both had the same birthday that day, and a belated happy birthday to them on Minerals Live here.
Yep. And I loved it that day he went over to man the Australian booth. So while Rod Selecki went over to talk to somebody, so he stepped in over there and was watching his booth, and I was like, okay, I'm getting my nationalities real confused.
Right.
Here. Something's just not right here.
It's a family. Most of us dealers get along really well, and we'll help each other out for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And you had a nice topaz you were looking at here.
Yeah. So one of the nice things about the shows also is that if you've got a question that's just been burning to be answered,
right.
You can find a lot of experts. In fact, that's how they kind of had it billed at the right outside the club show was mineral experts.
Yep.
And so that was just a huge topaz from Brazil that someone had brought in, and they had brought it to an appraiser who was just like, oh, I don't know. So I went and took it over to show some folks as well. But yeah, it was water worn, but it didn't look like it had been transported. Like I'm guessing it had been water abraded.
Oh, interesting.
Although I didn't look at it close enough to see like they're with Ventifax, when they're windblown, usually there'll be one side that's very natural, and then the others are like that. I just can't imagine this thing would have tumbled. But it seemed to be evenly worn all around, and it looked naturally worn. So it was a very interesting piece, and like 15 pounds or something. I mean, it was huge.
Heavy.
Yeah, maybe more than that. It was pretty stout.
Gotcha. Who else do we have here? Oh, yes. Mark Miterman with Unique Minerals. He and Evan Jones run a great shop, and he's there with Leo and Zane. Zane managed to work his way into a lot of these pictures. I apologize, folks. I got a lot of these folks from my wife, and of course our son happened to be in a lot of these pictures. So I apologize. I'm not promoting them.
Hey, start them young.
It's true. Absolutely true. And I guess as long as we're going in the same vein, there's a whole family pic right there in front of our booth. And who else we got here?
Start your children collecting minerals young, and they'll never have money for any bad habits.
There you go. They won't spend time in the bars.
Nope.
And there is Corey Newmeyer, and there's Gloria Stabler in the back with Lithos. I've known Corey since he was Zane's age. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing to see the full circle there. That Corey's a young adult now, and now the boy is there. And of course, Dennis Beals tried to turn Zane into a Cornhusker, and I
don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Zane doesn't see that happening.
No, he's not buying it at all. Anyway, this was out at the Denver Marriott Tech Center show, which apparently is going to be moving next year, which is a good thing, up to 120th and I-25, which is going to be within about 4 or 5 miles. I want to say of the West End, so
much nicer.
The whole Denver show scene is kind of moving up into that northwestern corridor and much nicer part of town.
Good deal. The show over at the Marriott Tech Center was all right. A lot of good dealers there, but yeah, it was just finding everybody because it was sprawled out through the entire hotel. So like there was one guy I specifically looked for there, and it took me like a couple hours just to find him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, ballroom here, ballroom there.
Yeah.
A couple in the aisles and up in hotel rooms, and like you say, it was a bit of a maze. But hopefully next year it'll be better for Sandra out there.
Sure
so
it will be.
We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But like we say, I think the future is bright for the Denver show.
Indeed.
Absolutely. And I don't know if I have any other pictures here. Quick scan. I don't know. Did you have any other things you wanted to bring up about the fine show?
Well, I believe I can't remember. Did we have lectures? I didn't get a chance to.
There were talks.
Okay,
yes,
I didn't get a chance to attend those.
Unfortunately, the first talk on Thursday was supposed to be our friend Jeff Scoville, who unfortunately developed a kidney stone a day or two before the show, and that one was canceled. Yeah. So, and unfortunately, we weren't able to get many pictures taken during the show due to that. Yeah,
I think Carl Francis did a talk on twinning. Specifically, he talks about the Dauphiné twins and the Tessines. And then Erin Delenthal did her talk on pseudomorphs, kind of the history of pseudomorphism and things like that. A lot of good talks out there.
Right. So, I mean, these shows it's a great experience. Even if you can only make it for 2 or 3 days, it's well worth your time to come into town and check out this show. So put it on your calendar for next year.
Will do.
And speaking of next year, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I also did make it out to the National Complex
right.
and the stadium, and like it's totally different scene.
Oh yeah.
But still, there were definitely things to see out there. The Miners Co-op, which I'd never actually seen the little co-op area back there. That was it's behind the stadium, which is I guess outside, away from a lot of the other tent areas.
Okay.
So I went there this year. Definitely always check out the Miners Co-ops whenever they have a show.
Support the little guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Diggers.
Yep. That's where it all starts.
Yep.
Everybody was a digger at some point.
Yep.
So anyway, back to next year. It is definitely going to be a little different because they're kind of front loading and moving it up a hair. So it's going to be right after Labor Day next year. So it's you're going to have to combine it maybe with a Labor Day vacation. Yeah.
So it'll be, I think, the 4th.
Sounds right.
So it'll be the Thursday after Labor Day is when it'll go, and I'm guessing then it'll still be so it should be the 4th to the 7th. I guess. Yeah. So we'll end on the Sunday. Again.
Yep. And the tent show is going to start on the 4th as well. The guys out in the tents go back to this. And here, all these tents up at the top and everything, they're going to start on the same day and run an extra few days rather than starting a few days ahead of us and then ending the same day as us.
So I think
it's all kind of flip-flopping. Go ahead.
I think the 12th. I think it ends on a Friday.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little different next year. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah.
Chris Kyleman, he is certainly a guy who's going to try to make things better and give everything a try. So this is the way it's going to run next year, and hopefully it's a success.
Well, I think he hit a home run with the venue.
Oh, absolutely. That's just, everybody was thrilled. Yep. Anyway, any other thoughts on Denver?
Trying to think. I don't know if they'll pull in. The Just Mineral show actually was attended pretty well, and there was also a Drury Inn show. So there was a lot. Like I said, it wasn't just focused around there. Like I said, that you could do your whole trip right there at the Hardrock Summit, but you are going to get the bang for your buck to see rocks when you come out to the Denver shows.
Oh, absolutely, and it's still a little more compact than the Tucson show. So and you have the benefit of having the Rocky Mountains right there. So if you need a day break in between rock stuff, you need to clear your mind a little bit, go for a hike up there, go play a little golf, go do anything nature-wise. And it's beautiful at this time of year in Denver. So
absolutely
well worth your effort to come out and make a vacation of it.
Meet a lot of clubs too. That's another thing. You talk to a lot of the people who are in clubs, and hopefully you'll find some in your area. So when you're wanting to do field trips and things later in the year, I mean, like Richard said early on, the people are just one of the best parts of the show.
Right. Yep. You meet so many great people and develop friendships that will last your lifetime.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a great community. So if you're out there and you haven't really started mineral collecting yet, there's a lot more to it than just the rocks.
For sure.
Yep. Well, with that.
Speaking of the rocks, you're just all about the segue today.
I'm trying. We got a few things queued up here, and I think people might enjoy looking at them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this turntable's still spinning. So this is specimen number 1, our offerings for today on Minerals Live. It's beautiful Spanish fluorite from Spain, obviously.
Llamas quarry?
Llamas. I think
Llamas?
double L's are pronounced a Y. At least I think that's the same in Spain as it is in Mexico.
So do they have llamas there? Is it like a llama?
Well, that's it. Starts with, I think, just one L, isn't it? I don't know.
Maybe it does.
We'll get comments on that one.
So yeah, Asturias, Spain. You're looking at 5.5 by 10.4 by 6.5 centimeters. The fluorites are up to 1.2 centimeters. Really, really great luster on this piece.
Right.
It's really, really clear fluorites. I love the arrangement. I love you got that little. Is that a little calcite in there, or is that a quartz?
There is a calcite on this.
Yeah, that little DT calcite's cute.
I have a picture where it shows it. There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep, and we can cut to the turntable here. It's coming around. You can see that calcite right there on the edge, but obviously the focal point of the specimen is the beautiful lustrous and gemmy fluorites.
Very gemmy.
Very nice. Beautiful piece. I really love this piece. And it is part of the acquisition we have from the Span collection. So, and you know, it's a little washed out on this camera view, so don't let that...
Yeah, the color is definitely deep. That's a better representation of the color.
You put it under LEDs or whatever kind of lighting you have in your display cases, it's going to look like this. So,
throwback to Graham Sutton. If you have older cases, or if you just even have like a really nice cabinet, a wood cabinet that you've been using to put your rocks in,
right.
Graham provides great new cases with top-of-the-notch lighting, but he can also retrofit cases as well. So lighting is just so important for your specimens.
Absolutely. And today, this specimen is just $1,750 shipped to your door. So I highly recommend you consider this. Yep, moving along.
All right, next we have, and this is one that I just don't see now. Maybe these came and went before I really got into it, but yeah, I'm not very familiar with this locality. So wolfenite from Xinjiang?
Xinjiang.
Xinjiang province, China. 5.5 by 10 by 6.5 centimeters. This is some good color.
Oh yeah, this
is some really good color.
You want red in your case, and you've already got a rhodo. I would definitely suggest you prioritize that first. No bias, but this looks a little more orange in this.
It's a strongly reddish orange, strongly reddish orange,
right?
Like almost red cloudy color.
It's true. Yeah, absolutely. And these are beautiful. This specimen does have a few chipped crystals on it. Unfortunately, you can see one there on the left side. But overall, the value for this piece is tremendous. It'll definitely be one of the pieces your eyes goes right to in your display case.
For sure.
Beautiful, beautiful piece. Did you give the dimensions on it already?
I did. I'll repeat it again. Sure. 5.5 by 10 by 6.5 with the crystals up to 1.5 centimeters.
Yep, absolutely. And today, this piece is only $925.
That's a cabinet-sized wolfenite. Or a small cabinet?
Small cabinet.
Small cabinet, but like on the larger side of small cabinet. That's a good size. Like it's an eye catcher.
Yep.
You're going to see that.
Absolutely. All right, moving right along. We have specimen number 3. I love this piece.
Oh, yes.
Nice shoral popping up off a plate of aquamarines.
And for the locality, you're looking at aquamarine with shoral from Orongo Mountains, Namibia. I'm usually seeing more flat, like you get some darker blues, but they're usually almost like a blue jean blue, kind of like that flat blue.
Sure.
That washed, that just more grayish blue, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
These are nice and gemmy.
Yeah.
And that really bright greenish blue. I love the shoral with this. I really, really like shoral. And this one, just the way it perches, the aesthetics of this piece are great. 7 by 8.5 by 3.5 centimeters, with the shoral to 4 centimeters, and the aquamarine crystals. I think a couple of them are up to 1.7 centimeters on that, but just really nice clusters going around there. But that shoral just really gives it a boom, like a structure. It just sets, like, here's how you're going to present me.
Absolutely, exactly.
This is how I go.
It's a really cool piece, and another great value at just $1,925 today. So it's pretty amazing if you just collect African minerals, the variety you can get.
Oh my gosh! I mean, if you did, you could fill cases and cases with such variety from Orongo and Cocovelt. It's crazy.
Yep. Oh, there you go. Just focus on Namibian minerals.
There you go.
But yeah, love this piece at just $1,925. Definitely would be worth consideration for you today.
Very nice.
Yep. Gonna have to work on the camera here.
It's a little fuzzy on that one.
Yeah. We're trying here, folks. Unfortunately, we're pretty low-tech here on Minerals Live.
Although, when you do look on our website, collectorsedge.com, you see a piece on there and you do want a good 360 view of it, you can request videos through the website, so we can definitely show you anything just as well as you want to see it before you decide to make a purchase.
Great. Yeah, we have a couple guys, Will and Dustin from Invenio. Is that what they? Invenio Fine Minerals.
I think so.
IFM. They come in a couple days a week and, like you say, shoot videos and pictures for our website. So, we'd be happy to have them shoot a video for you and send you a link to Vimeo, and you can check out the spin there. And it's a lot more detailed than this. We tried having them do videos for Minerals Live, short clips where we didn't have to set up the turntable, and for some reason it didn't work very well. Yeah, we may revisit that at some point. Anyway, I digress. I'm sorry.
You're just spinning your wheels.
I am. What can I say? This one's a classic.
Ooh, there we go.
This one's
There's
classic.
some nice color.
Yeah.
So, Bonito White from the Bonito... Wait,
Dallas Gem or Bonito White Gem?
Bonito White Gem Mine.
Whoever was running it at the time named it.
Gotcha. It's all the same.
Right. Yep.
4 by 4.3 by 1.7 centimeters with the Bonito White crystals to 1.5 centimeters, which is a decent size for Bonito White crystals.
Right. Absolutely.
Single source gemstone mineral variety here. Natural light, I believe, is the matrix.
Oh, it's covering the matrix.
Or covering the matrix,
right.
yeah. Natural light is that white that you're seeing there.
Right.
Gives it an absolutely lovely contrast. I don't think we have any neptunite on this one. I think it's pure Bonito White.
Yep, or Wakenites. That's just...
Is that what the little brown is?
No. That, you could think that's what it is, because that's about how big they are, but that is not Wakenite. It's some kind of a contamination in the natural light, giving it that brown color.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, God, I'm ashamed to go to this spin, but I guess I'm going to have to. There it is. I don't know what's going on today. Didn't have a chance to test this out. I did have to update the camera software, and I think it threw all the settings off.
I wonder if it maybe centers a little bit, if it's moving forward and back a little bit.
Well, it's not so much the focus as I'm looking at the contrast and the colors.
Oh, okay.
But let's see. Let's go back to a still.
The still is nice and sharp.
Yeah,
and much. That's the thing. The camera was doing a little better, I think, previously, but with the color today, the color is actually very the color is what you're seeing right there on the still,
screen, yep.
And we're getting a little bit more of a not quite as intense blue on the go around.
Right.
Like somebody came and licked the lens.
I know.
Or something like that.
We'll definitely have to have that fixed by the next time we do the
Gotcha.
show. Sorry, folks. We'll just stick with stills here.
But again, if you need to see a video, give us a call.
Absolutely. We'll hook you up. But this is, if you're looking for Bonito White, and these are hard to find.
Yeah.
There are not many of them around, especially ones that have this deep a color. And there actually is some translucency to these crystals as well. So with good lighting, they'll glow a little bit like they do in this picture.
Yeah.
Yep, super nice piece. And for just $1,470, we can have this to your door in days.
That's really good to get into a Bonito White at that price.
Absolutely. Unless you live in Florida, I don't think it'll be next week before we can get it to you, unfortunately, with the hurricane situation going on down there.
Yeah. So, for your collecting, if you collect hues of blue and violet, if you're a single source collector, if you're a gem variety collector, I mean, just so many different things. Crystallography.
North American
minerals. Yep, absolutely.
So many reasons to buy this piece,
so
folks.
many niches this fit in.
Just minerals@collectorsedge.com. You guys, let us know. We'll get it to you.
And even for the shiny collector.
Shiny rock, gotta have it.
Shiny rock, gotta have it.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that brings us. I have two pieces on the show. This show for the Detroit City in recognition of this the first episode of Minerals Live since we've had to shut the mine. So I have a fluorite and I have a rhodochrosite.
And so, fluorite centric specimens are pretty darn rare.
Right. Yep. So specimen number 5. This thing is really cool. I love this piece.
Ooh.
Yep. It's got a really cool overgrowth.
Yeah.
Of fluorite on fluorite. I don't know if
where were you hiding this one? I don't know if I've seen this one.
Actually, I had to go back and steal it back from Andreas. And
he
stole it.
He does that.
I know. We got to talk to him. from the internet office. He was going to put it on the internet, but I stole it to put on Minerals Live first.
Nice.
If I can just get it securely onto a base so it doesn't go flopping over, I think that'll do it.
So you're looking at fluorite from the Baker's Pocket, Detroit City Portal, Sweet Home Mine, Alma, Colorado. Last pocket that was found in the Sweet Home Mine. 5.5 by 5 by 4 centimeters are the total dimensions of the specimen, with the fluorite octahedron being 4 centimeters tall.
Yep.
And it's got that nice kind of Aztec pyramid stepping.
Absolutely. There's some of the close-ups I took of this are super cool. I just wanted to give people the 360 look. And again, under, nice, we use compact fluorescence in the back or LED panels. And under those kind of lights, this thing just glows. Here, kind of under my kind of office lighting, is not so happy. But
I think your fluorescence has been there long enough that the casing for it has turned orange.
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. We'll show you. I have a nice close-up of this overgrowth of the fluorite on fluorite. Like you're saying, it has that kind of Aztec pyramid look, but also has kind of a frosty, Chinese pagoda look to it.
Yeah, it's flanged.
Yeah,
it's kind of flanged out. I like that.
I don't know how this happened, but it's neat. This is a really neat piece, and for the price, it's just super. Good complete fluorite. Like you're saying, a nice isolated single like this is not easy to get from the Sweet Home or the Detroit City Portal. We got very, very few of these. And today, and for the next week, until somebody picks this up, I was going to say today only, but that wouldn't be true. It's just $1,225.
Yep.
So believe me, we did not make many of these up at the Detroit City or Sweet Home. So if you're a fluorite collector, Sweet Home collector, and you need to add a fluorite to your collection, this is almost a one of a kind.
One of the few pieces that I have from the Sweet Home Mine earlier on in the Detroit City Portal. I've got a nice little thumbnail of a fluorite, but definitely a thumbnail, and it's got a little rhodochrosite tucked right underneath it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was dancing for joy to get a thumbnail.
Right.
From Sweet Home Mine.
Yep. I would not let that go. Anyway, moving along to our final specimen of the day, as I mentioned a minute ago, it is a rhodochrosite.
You need to cue up the song Cherry. No, I love the color. So is this a Dino's Pocket here? Yep, it is.
Yep.
Rhodochrosite Dino's Pocket, Detroit City Portal, Sweet Home Mine, Alma, Colorado. 3.5 by 4.1 by 2 centimeters. Nice intense red.
Oh yeah, this thing is really red, and it even shows it. This one stands up to the glare of the turntable today. But,
there we go.
Yep. And this is nearly a floater. The whole back sides are contact surfaces that are clean and undamaged. There's just a little fractures on, look like the bottom right and the top left, very insignificant. So as you can see, as the back goes around here, that's a total complete contact surface. I'm not sure what it was buttered up against, but that's all natural with no cleavage on that back at all.
Yeah. Which and I don't know if there are many collectors like this. I actually look for them. Maybe I don't really look for them, but I find it an interesting feature that makes a mineral attractive to me when it's a floater. Whether it's a complete floater or whether it's like recrystallized from where there was something and there was secondary mineralization.
Right.
Did that happen much in the Sweet Home Mine? From what I understand,
I don't think a lot. No.
Yeah, a lot of the reason that we get the really nice cherry crystals like this is that the pockets formed and then they were more closed off, so you didn't get a lot of that secondary action.
Right.
So, but again, I don't know if there are people out there who like specifically look to have like a floater collection or a section. That'd be an interesting.
Absolutely.
I'd have fun looking at a collection like that. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, but this is a sweet little piece, and at just let's see, what did I? $1,750.
Yeah, little pips of fluorite out
absolutely.
there too.
Yep. Yeah, they were running down that left. There's a little chain of them. I think you can see them a little better in this picture. There. Yeah, and a little chalcopyrite there on the bottom as well. So super sweet little piece. Just $1,750 today on Minerals Live. So, any parting thoughts before we wrap this up?
Well, just hope you enjoyed the breakdown of the show. If you didn't make it to the show, I'm heading out on October 7th. I'm heading out on my road trip, and then Richard's going to head out in November.
4th of November. Yep.
So if you didn't make it to the Denver show, we can bring at least part of it to you. Please reach out to us, Christopher at collectorsedge.com or Minerals at collectorsedge.com. You can leave us notes there, and we'd love to stop by and see your collection, show you some beautiful rocks.
Yep. And just for clarification, Christopher goes south and east, Texas and the East Coast, and then I go west.
Yep.
So we look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we can manage to get another episode of Minerals Live in here pretty soon. You were just at a party yesterday, I believe, at the LP Body.
At the LP Body, it was a celebration. The new hall that's they've redone the mineral hall over there. A lot of Barry Ample's minerals are on display. So David Friend was there. David Yample was there. Jay and Laura, who the curator and the lady who helped put everything together. I really loved the way it was done. Somewhat reminiscent of the Houston Museum, where the room itself is very dark.
Okay.
A little bit lighter, but I really loved that it really spotlights the minerals, and nothing's really competing for, like when you're looking at something, you're really focused in on it, and then being kind of drawn into the next.
Right.
But we'll try to have some pictures, for the next Minerals Live.
Sure.
Just some really, really great pieces.
Right. Or maybe just a report on. Oh, I'm sorry. On
the
website.
Love the silvers. Yeah.
Silvers, really.
Oh, silvers, golds. The phosphophyllite was just mind blowing.
Yeah, it's the great one Cosner got way back in the day, and was tuned up in our lab. It's and it's an amazing piece. Just that piece alone is worth going to this museum.
It really is. It's like it's got to be like a top 10 mineral.
Yep, absolutely. And the rocket is there.
The rocket was. Yeah. The thing was, I will say, the rocket is incredible. I probably heard more comments on the phosphophyllite.
There's something about gemminess, little translucent color, luster. Yeah. People like that.
The rocket's pretty darn impressive, though.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. But people like that bling if you ain't got that.
Yep. So give us a call if you see anything that you liked here today. And when we do these, the minerals, they are first come, first serve. So like, subscribe, ring the little bell there, and you'll get notified as soon as it goes live, so you can beat everybody else to the punch.
There you go. Well, thanks, everybody. Again, be sure to get in touch with us if you'd like us to stop by your place on one of our road trips. And we look forward to seeing you again on the next episode of Minerals Live.
See you soon.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was good.